This is, of course, going to largely pertain to sniper antagonists as opposed to protagonists, because when you're on the good guys team and you're a sniper, when you erase life, nothing of value is truly lost, and when you're the antagonist, you don't have plot armor piercing bullets. Snipers receive this weird sort of contradictory treatment within their stories. I mean, in the build-up to their reveal, they are hyped up to such an insane degree. The reverence that they are treated with is just incredible. And when you hit that dramatic reveal where they're shown sniping a dragonfly 10 kilometers away through a busy intersection in a hurricane, I mean, how can you not be excited? And the designs they get, they're just cool. They're the full badass package, and yet when push comes to shove, their narrative just cannot allow them to deliver. The very nature of snipers just kind of means that they can't be allowed to thrive in the way that they're described to us, because most stories just kind of can't allow for their characters to be one-shot killed out of nowhere. That is a massive gamble to make narratively, especially if they're going to be described and then played as this one-shot, headshot whiz that they are. That is immediately taking away any potential for last words for anything. That is cutting off a story just like that, and that is difficult to write satisfyingly, obviously, so they just can't succeed. Obviously, a lot of this is going to be genre dependent because, different stories treat death differently. Who would have thought? Not every story can be Full Metal Jacket with one of the greatest sniper scenes of all time, because not every story is going to be a gritty wartime story. It also isn't like inherently good writing to just immediately kill off a character like that. Obviously, it makes it more realistic, it makes it more tense. Now it's a different situation, but there's also the fact that you're, making that trade-off of killing the character versus the story that they might have had later on. And that's something that anyone writing anything is going to have to ask, and not every story is going to be able to make that trade-off. It's like if you take the Game of Thrones show, the first half of it versus the second half of it, there's a very different way that death is written and a very different way that that trade-off is treated and the way that the character's journey is treated. Sadly, none of that matters to the sniper, because regardless of all of those story writing quirks, the sniper is going to suffer either way. They're just going to struggle to feel like a threat consistently, and oftentimes their best moment is going to be at the very start to set the scene where they take the head of some character that probably wasn't going to matter that much in the long run and is seen as an acceptable loss, and then it goes right downhill. There's only so many ways to say that snipers can't kill the main characters, therefore that's the problem. It's not exactly a discussion that requires an immense amount of nuance, so I'm just gonna leave it. Sotan and Sojin are archery bros from the manga kingdom. The rest of this video is going to be about Kingdom. You are free to leave now. Kingdom is a war manga. It combines military tactics with dynasty warriors. Generally speaking, if you are an archer in Kingdom, most of what will happen is that your arrows will be parried. If they hit someone, they're not really going to do anything. They're just kind of going to be ignored for the rest of the battle. They'll just kind of stick out of the characters as this sort of cosmetic for them to look good with. If you're a named archer in Kingdom, you'll get a few good kills, no doubt about it. It's good for them. But most of the time, you'll get parried, and that parry will just be more dramatically done, followed by this look of incredulity. I bring them up because the aforementioned So brothers are archery/sniper gods, especially Sotan, but we'll open with Sojin. Sojin, within the context of Kingdom, is largely acceptable. Basically just this rapid-fire headshot machine, even able to do it while shooting upwards at fortification. Very, very impressive, but largely acceptable within the context of Kingdom. They'd be the type to get the incredulous parry. So Tan, on the other hand, wields a missile. Sure, what is drawn on the page is a bow and arrow we see him notch and release, but whatever is released from that bow is not of this plane. I mean, Jesus Christ. I can understand within the context of the story not simply giving him an elite cavalry to go battlefield to battlefield, simply taking the heads of other enemy generals. You have to go up the ladder properly. The story has established that. But every second he spends not doing that is a waste, I tell you. Read Kingdom. It's pretty good.